Welcome to MLG Weekly, your one-stop source for headshots, trophies, and soccer balls. On this week's show, MLG Pro Poke Bunny breaks down a StarCraft 2 build order. Two teams face off in our new segment, Weekly Warfare.
Watch to your right, Toad.
Oh!
Liar, I bet you feel dumb, buddy.
And DMAC walks us through the latest FIFA game on the Xperia Play. Also, we have the top 10 StarCraft plays from 2011, and the MLG gang is back to answer all your pressing questions on another episode of The Fact. So don't touch that dial, because all this and a whole lot more is coming up right now on MLG Weekly. This week, the Blizzard Cup concluded in Seoul, South Korea. The tournament was an exclusive affair featuring the 10 best players of 2011. The finals came down to a 7-game series between MMA and DRG. And in the end, MMA proved victorious and took home the $33,000 first place prize. California played host to the SoCal Regionals Fighting Game Tournament. Players turned up to compete in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. In the end, both tournaments were taken by one man, New York City's Justin Wong. Wong defeated Mine in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ricky Ortiz in Street Fighter 4. Orange Esports won the Dota 2 Malaysia Invitational to take the $5,000 first place prize. In the finals, they battled Thailand's Myth.Trust and emerged victorious with a 3-2 win. This week on The Fact, Puckett, Slasher, and JP sit down to answer all of your most pressing questions. What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Fact. I'm Chris Puckett, joined by my boy Slasher, and behind us, the ever so spiky Mr. JP. All right, let's move on to Never GG's question. He wants to know, first of all, great tag, I don't either. Do you think Tribes Ascend would make a good esport game, or is it more of a casual focused gameplay?
It's good, but it's really fast. Maps are huge.
Enormous.
And matches are like 8 on 8 or 12 on 12 to like as a real match. So if you thought like spectating Counter-Strike or Call of Duty or Halo was hard with 8 screens, now it's like 16 and it's really fast. So
it's fast, yeah.
I don't know, actually. I feel like no is going to be my answer at the end, but they have a spectator mode coming out. They just released that news. So if that's really cool and they do work on that to help build it in the game,
right?
It could work.
Rockers K08 wants to know what makes a PC shooter better than a console shooter.
Oh,
Slasher, please start with your 5th point.
So, I mean, of course, there's, things we've always talked about here, which is the mouse. Mouse is probably number 1. Keyboard, to me, is still better than the buttons on a controller. That's probably 2. Just the depth that these add in and the games that are made is probably a 3rd. A lot of FPS was made for PC first before console.
Personally, I do think that PC has some big upsides. I think consoles are more accessible and they're more casual. You can get more numbers playing that way. But I do like PC's ability to eventually mod the game to improve it, make tweaks. I think that is absolutely huge, and I've always seen better spectator clients attached to the PC games. Do you think age is a big factor when you're becoming a pro or semi-pro? Ooh, this is a good question because, guys, I always see kind of the rookies. We had 2 guys finish 2nd who are 15 years old on the Halo side. I think the younger guys have more time to commit to becoming a pro gamer or spend practicing at a semi-pro level. But StarCraft, that's a whole different world. You guys have White Raw representing. What do you guys think is the easiest age?
It's a hard question to answer because sure, the younger guys are going to have better reflexes, blah, blah, blah. That's easily stated and very easily proved. But there's players like Nest T who I think it is dedication and hard work and kind of knowing what to do He's definitely the smartest player right now in the world. And I think that's also because of his age. He's 29, I think. Is that right, Rod?
I think
forget.
he's actually 30.
He might actually be 30, yeah.
30.
So he's definitely one of the older players, and he's one of the best right now in the world. And so I kind of think the younger players might have the better reflexes and motor skills, but the older players might have kind of that the wisdom that comes with old age. You know how to handle yourself, and you know how to keep your emotions in check.
All right, guys. That's it for the fact. We'll see you next time. One of the most exciting games from the 2011 National Championships was played between Believe the Hype and Turning Point. Trailing on the scoreboard in the closing moments of the game, BTH kicked it into overdrive to mount a massive comeback. Here to walk us through all the action are Snipedown and Cloud, the deadly duo from Believe the Hype.
Basically on Pit Slayer, we don't really have a set strat. I mean, sometimes we'll be pushing into their courtyard, try to get top of their turret, but other parts of the game we'll be trying to work together through green and long haul. From my point of view, what I felt why we were down so much is because they kept getting a sniper on their turret, and I wasn't really ready for it. I know I got sniped a couple of times and killed when I should have been more aware of their sniper on their turret.
What did you guys do to turn around this game at the end?
Honestly, I was baiting evade really hard with sniper. I was kind of sitting in a spot at their base to where only I could be seen from evade. I knew one of them was going to go for it. I didn't expect it to be the rocket guy. I missed my first shot. He got evade, and the last thing I expected was really for him to evade right at me. I think that play kind of set the tone. I know Mikwin flanked me from their cuts, and he put a good 4 shots on me. I remember I was no shields running away. Alan was really weak. He threw a perfect nade on Mikwin, and Mikwin rushed in, and Mikwin got actually hit by that nade. It was no shields. I remember I hid right behind Alan, so I couldn't get shot at. And then right after that, I think Alan pushed out into Needles and died to Ninja, who was in their Needles, and then I ended up running out, cleaning up that kill.
Walshy was in their VR pit, kinda, in the back of their base, trying to kill Eric, and me and Eric lit him up. And as soon as we killed him, Maniac is sitting there in their needle pit, and he rockets Walshy, who me and Eric just killed.
Yeah.
Almost kills Snipedown. Maniac beats him down, and I two-shot him right away to win 50-49. It was just insane.
Definitely set the tone for the rest of that series. I knew there was like no chance our team with that momentum was going to lose any of those next games.
From the first stop in Dallas to the exciting finals in Providence, it's been an incredible year for StarCraft 2. This week we count down the top 10 moments from the 2011 MLG Pro Circuit. Here we go, coming in at number 10, we have Naniwal facing off against Rain and Raleigh. Naniwal doesn't hear the nuke and loses the series.
He's not for me. Another EMP,
Oh
too.
my God! It looks like this is gonna hit! And Naniwal being nuked, and he is gonna lose this game. Oh my God!
I can't explain.
Moving on now to number 9, we have Moon from Columbus and his incredible buried Banlink.
Landmines right now, tasteless.
Oh!
Absolutely sick.
Coming in at number 8, Huck makes Idra quit out of the game with his fake Void Rays.
Doing absolutely no damage whatsoever. There's the blink up onto the high ground, just trying to distract Idra. Those hallucinated Void Rays almost fully charged, and Idra left the game. Oh my goodness.
At number 7, Naniwal fights all the way through the open bracket on his way to becoming the 2011 Dallas champion.
Back, but it's simply not enough. More coming from that pylon that was not spotted.
Good game, Naniwal! The European, the champion.
At number 6, we have the epic air battle between Rain and Boxer.
This will officially be the longest game that I've cast at an MLG. But here comes the exchange. The Vikings are going to go back and forth. Point defense drones drop absolutely over. There comes the Seeker missiles.
At number 5, the Koreans attend Columbus with MMA coming out on top.
Banlink's coming in to the Siege Shanks, trying to get to the Marines, but gets destroyed. Beautiful Siege Shank placement, and suddenly, at the drop of a hat, GG. And we now have our MLG Columbus 2011 champion.
At number 4, MMA faces off against his mentor Slayer's Boxer in Anaheim.
And it is now student versus Matt. And MMA has had enough. He is going to try to break the front right now. We see Marine Marauder coming from all sides. More tanks incoming for Boxer. Can he siege up in time? And it looks like he barely might have enough, but these are unprotected. There, it looks like Slayer's Boxer telling his teammate, get number 1, please. Good game. GG. MMA takes the win with a remarkable mobility Marine Marauder play.
At number 3, we have one of the most epic series of the season. It's Boxer and Idra from Orlando.
Too much damage. He's holding on, Tasteless. What is going on here? Slayer's Boxer defeating the army of Hydra. He might break this natural expansion. And the hatchery is about to be destroyed. Oh my God, what are we seeing here? And GG! Slayer's Boxer somehow, some way tying up this series. Hydra's about to pull the plug and he's not even gonna feel bad about it. Slayer's Boxer being punished here. You can't keep cheesing like that over and over again. Statistically, you're just not gonna win that many times. Lands his mule, and that's it. GG!
Moving on to number 2 with Huck in Orlando. After a year of Korean domination, Huck wins one for the foreigners.
And we see that Huck is doing really well. MC getting nice surface area right now. And Huck starting to blink forward as the Zealots are removed. The supply goes in Huck's favor. And it looks like he is going to be our champion, taking out all these stalkers of MC. MC has absolutely nothing at all left here. And GG, Huck has just won MLG Orlando.
And at number 1, we have the 16-year-old Korean Lena, who after fighting through the open bracket, defeated Naniwa to become the 2011 MLG National Champion.
This is getting pretty bad. Congratulations. That's it. GG. And Leenock has come back out of the loser bracket. A rare thing to happen at MLG.
Guys, that's going to do it for this Top 10. Head over to MajorLeagueGaming.com for more awesome StarCraft action. Welcome to Weekly Warfare, your one-stop source of Modern Warfare 3 mayhem and destruction. This week, Team Envious takes on Ninjas in Pajamas. Check out this highlights package from an exciting night of games.
Liar's going to be outside, and the bomb is going to go down. There's going to be 41 seconds for those of you guys at home that don't know. As soon as the bomb goes down, 45-second timer on the clock. So there's going to be 35 seconds top left of your screen. You can see it there. We're on board here with Liar. Gets someone in his face, shoots him. That will be next. Who's going to go down there?
I think we are all out of players. It looks like 5Z is going to be pushing up, trying to kill the diffuser, and he does get the kill. But he will be immediately cleaned up by 4Play, and 4Play is going to get the easy defuse here.
Yeah, now we're actually going to be looking at Liar still, but I'm switching up the screen here following the bomb guy. Oh, man, Stainville's going to get taken out right away.
We got Nex, though, coming here on the flank. Nex is going to clean up the kill, and it looks like we don't have any bombs in position. Nex going for a second kill, and he does pick it up for the round win. It is all tied up 1-1. Looking over at Crash, and it looks like Jokic is running around trying to find people. He, of course, will make that call out. And what's going on with the attacking team?
Well, what you have right there was a little bit disorganization. Envy was in a very, very good position. They had the entire Crash site locked down. They had some great coverage up top and the back stairs. So obviously, there wasn't going to be much of a push. So that's actually going to be a 3v1 situation, as 5Z is going to be the LMS, as my buddy Corey Dunn likes to say. He needs to make something happen.
All right, so here as we check out the kill cam, nice positioning from Stainville. 5Z does get the first shot, but Stainville rocks 3 to the body. And Stainville will close out the round as we see Envy is going to take our first game in the best of 3.
Chris, you're going to see that they're going to continue their push right to the middle. They know a lot of action is going to be happening in this area. And I guess, you know, Stainville's doing a little risky thing. He's going to be moving out, and he paid for it. Again, now we're going to see that Toad's going to try and go for a plant. And no one is going to be in a position on Envy to make a stop there. So the bomb is going to go down. Just chilling out. Liar creeping up a little bit.
Watch to your right, Toad. I hope you're watching the stream, bro.
Don't stream watch. It's bad for you.
No! And there goes Liar. Liar, I bet you feel dumb, buddy. Walking right in front of Toad, who is clueless. He is going to go for that quick plant over here at B.
And the last one left alive will be 5Z, as he's going to be left by himself to defend this bomb. Stainville and Dito, the top players of this game here, are going to be the ones on the prow, I should say. 19 seconds left on the clock. 5Z right there. Oh, man, he found him right by the tunnel. 5Z really should have played a little bit more reserved on that one, but he ended up paying for it.
I think at this point, you're just going to have to strap on the Go Hard pack. You're just going to have to go hard.
Try hard pants.
No try hard pants. That's Astros. He's got to keep that. And there it is, the Go Hard.
The Go Hard.
Go Hard pack, activate. It's now 2-3, boys. 4Play and Dito. And it looked like 4Play did pick up a Semtex skill. Yoki going for a big kill. He is carrying the bomb as well, and he will be cleaned up, so it looks like it's all Toad time.
Toad need to put the Go Hard pack on.
Go Hard pack activate version 2.
Go version 2. And I'm looking on my screen here. Liar is not in a position to stop this bomb, but that will be it. Stainville's going to close out the game here. 2-4, Envy wins, and they're going to take the series 2-0 over Ninjas in Pajamas.
Thank you to everyone from Nips, Ninjas in Pajamas, and of course, got to give a big shout out to Hastro and the rest of his crew from Envious, putting on an incredible show for us. That first round, super close, that first game type.
Yeah.
Second time around, it looked like Envious really knew what they were doing. Here at MLG, everything isn't always about first-person shooters or real-time strategy. This week, D-Mac puts on his shorts and spikes for a preview of FIFA 12 for the Xperia Play.
Get your cleats on and head out to the pitch as the latest mobile title in the biggest and best soccer series of all time, FIFA 12, is now available absolutely free for a limited time exclusively on the Sony Ericsson Xperia Play. For soccer fans, FIFA requires little introduction. With rich gameplay depth, authentic commentaries, and a new replay system, as well as updated team rosters and stadium designs from the top teams all over the world, FIFA 12 is one of the most powerful mobile sports games we have ever seen. Right from the start, FIFA 12's easy-to-navigate menu presents you with an abundance of options. From tournament cup play and penalty shootouts to team management mode and daily challenges, all of which you can earn various achievements and trophies. FIFA 12 offers plenty of variety to keep sports fans busy. However, for all its great options, one feature missing from the Android version of FIFA 12 is multiplayer. You won't be able to take on your friends just yet. Even so, the game's excellent and responsive AI means you won't be at loss for a challenge anytime soon. Visually, the game's fluid, detailed animations, and vibrant lighting effects are some of the most impressive we've ever seen on a mobile device, while the chanting, cheering, and booing of the in-game crowd really brings FIFA 12 to life in the palm of your hand. Playable with either the Xperia Play's touchscreen or its unique retractable gamepad, or a combination with the two, FIFA 12 offers intuitive controls that make everything from switching players to passing the ball to slide tackles second nature. Regardless of which control scheme you choose, both encourage you to use the touchscreen for actions like choosing who to pass to, as well as selecting the direction and power of your shots. With silky smooth visuals, excellent controls, and addictive gameplay, FIFA 12 on the Xperia Play is one of the most authentic and satisfying soccer titles you will ever find, not only on a mobile device, but on any platform. I'm D-Mac, and on behalf of Major League Gaming, we'll see you next time.
This week, Poke Bunny stops by the MLG studio to talk strategy when playing as Terran. The build takes advantage of the enormous size of Shakura's plateau to create a Terran force that can steamroll the competition.
Alright, so we're going to be opening up with a 1 barracks expand with no gas, and then we're going to be adding a couple more barracks and a couple gas, and going into some standard mid-game Marine, Marauder, Medevac play. It's aimed to be a pretty safe opening that can adapt to a lot of things and a lot of situations, and get you into the mid-game, hopefully with a lead. Alright, so we're starting off here against the Protoss and Shakura's Plateau. Shakura's Plateau is a great map for this build. You have a very safe expansion. The distances are pretty far, so that there aren't a whole lot of ways you can lose in the early game, though you still do have to be careful for sure. I'm going to go up to 10 SCVs. Right after starting your 10th SCV, I'm going to make a supply depot. Can really be anywhere. Sometimes you can wall off if you prefer to be more safe. On this map, it's a bit of a big map that its early pressure isn't quite as strong, so I'm not quite as worried about that as I might be on a smaller map like Zelnaga Caverns, Metalopolis, Shattered Temple. All right, when you get to 12 supply, you're going to throw down your first barracks. With this build, we won't be getting any gas before expanding, so we're going to be sticking on this just 1 barracks command center, and then getting our second supply and expanding in a little bit here. After your barracks finishes, you're going to start a Marine, and then your orbital command. And then you're going to build a second supply depot, around 17 supply. You're going to make 2 Marines here. and then you're gonna throw down an expansion. All right, this guy's actually gone for a Nexus first build. So he's gotten a very quick Nexus, even quicker than my command center. And so there's definitely not gonna be any early pressure out here from him. So around 23 supply, as soon as you have 300 minerals after starting this expansion, you're gonna make 2 more barracks and go up to 3 barracks. And soon after that, when you have 150 minerals, you're gonna take both your gases. Getting this early expansion before any of these extra gases and barracks really makes your mineral income really high, because you've got all your SCVs working on minerals up until this point, and so you can have a really strong economy. When your tech lab finishes, you're going to start stim packing, producing marauders out of this barracks, while continuing to make marines over here. Just for a little bit longer though. These barracks are going to get add-ons shortly as well. Okay, so on these 2 barracks, you're going to build a tech lab on one and a reactor on the other, and start concussive shells. And then you're also going to start a factory. This factory, you're just going to tech toward medevacs, so you can do possibly some drop play and counter Colossi with Vikings. It's very important to always make sure you get your starport up in decent time, or you risk dying to some sort of Colossus push because you're unable to build Vikings. So here I'm going to scan his base. The things you want to check out for are gateway count, what his tech is. Okay, this guy's got a forge, a Twilight Council, and a robotics. And only 3 gateways. So he's going to be playing a more defensive game because he doesn't have quite as many warp gates, and instead is focusing more on his infrastructure and tech. So when your factory finishes, you start your starport and start a reactor on that factory, and then you're going to switch the reactor over to the starport as soon as that's done. Okay, he's got a warp prism in my base.
Oh no.
This has started to get fairly popular, this warp prism play. I'm going to be building 1 Viking right away after these medevacs, just to hopefully shut that down for good. But when you get your first medevacs, you do want to push out, because you really want to keep Protoss from teching and expanding. Well, I'm going to move up here, and then I'm going to check out what he's got. I feel confident that I can destroy this. You know, if he had more sentries or something, then I would have also considered dropping. I've also started my 3rd command center, as you can see in my main. I'll be floating that to a 3rd base as soon as that's complete. You know, he was going for some warp prism tactics and stuff, and I was just building units. And that's really where this build shines, is that you just can end up with so much more stuff than your opponent. You know, the biggest thing is, as I've mentioned multiple times, you just always want to be keeping on track with building supplies, units, SCVs, add extra barracks if you have money. Don't worry about, you know, you could make 10 barracks for all I care, and if you're spending all that money and making all those units, that's more useful than having, you know, 2,000 in the bank and no units.
With 2011 in the books, it's time to look ahead into the future. This week we count down the top 5 upcoming games we're looking forward to the most. Coming in at number 5 is Syndicate, a game set in the near future where corporations literally go to war with each other. In this game, you play as Miles Kilo, a futuristic agent who embarks on a mission of revenge. At number 4 is Mass Effect 3. The title will wrap up the Mass Effect trilogy, which features John Shepard as the leader of a motley crew of aliens on a mission to save the universe. The creators of Uncharted have been busy working on another post-apocalyptic title. First unveiled at the Spike Awards, The Last of Us is another game entering the crowded zombie survival genre. The long-running tactical shooter returns, and it looks like the latest iteration of the franchise won't be holding back any punches.
Get him up.
Finally, at number 1 is Diablo 3. It's been 12 years since we last visited the world of Sanctuary, but between the beta and the teaser trailers, this is the game we're most excited to get our hands on in 2012. I'm Chris Puckett, and that's it for this week's show. Join us next time when we bring you the most in-depth coverage of the world of competitive gaming.